Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We are here for Transfer Talk, as we always are, at 3 p.m. every day. But I'm actually joined by RJ from the start, obviously the host of the United Show. How are we all doing?
I'm doing grand. I mean, looking at these United transfers, I'm kind of very, very unhappy. But no, overall, I'm happy, and yeah, we'll move forward with that.
I hear that. I do hear that. Comments going mad already, as you always are. We do love to see it. If you're watching on Twitter, though, come join us on YouTube. Come join us, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and get involved in the comments, because we love to hear from you lot. And there's a massive 32 of you watching already. So let's do this. Let's do this. Like saying, yo, big up to you, bro. I'd love to come on and talk to you about today's news, as I'm interested in know why not everyone trips. And as we LFC are going to buy Saul, love the content. As always, the link will be put in the chat after me and RJ have discussed the 5 transfer stories that I have got for you today. Trippier, we keep targeting one players. I mean, you could say that. You could say that. His family are United fans. What are we back? Make-A-Wish Foundation? That's Arsenal, I swear.
No, we had only Nagalo, to be fair, so we are, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, the Glazers, I think, most likely. Big up to Mustafa. I swear Saul is a United target. Looks like you've sort of quietened down on your intent to get Saul.
I mean, Saul's been a target for United for the last 7 years, so I mean, really, he's no longer a target. He's just a tiny bit of hype. Last season we were rumored to get him as well, but we never got him. So yeah, simple as that.
It's one of them. He is a target for you, well, was a target, shall we say? Velvishwan trying to fight everyone again. Now he's our target. United backed off, I think. What have we got here? After Trippier scored that free kick in the world, I heard one of the Glazers became horny for him, and then and there. I think we all did, didn't we? I think every club in England got horny for him after seeing that free kick. One of them, Conte to Tottenham, is you're joking.
No, apparently so. It's true. Yeah, I was talking to Andrew.
Wow, this obviously Footy Live is a journalist, and wow, that is mad. Conte to Tottenham, he ain't go well. That's another bad managerial move from Tottenham. Yeah. Big up for RJ there. Big up to Chris in the chat as well. I don't want Saul or Patson Daka. Both can shove their wages up their bum. Unbelievable. As I said, Monday, Trippier to United is a possible option this summer. You did say that. You definitely did say that. We're a bit late to the party here. Welcome to the Late Show hosted by James Gordon with guest Fabrizio Romano. Love to see it. Maybe do you know what? Maybe I should just clickbait and just put interview with Fabrizio Romano. Today, Fabrizio has turned Irish, if you hadn't noticed already. Valve outside London Park. Hope everyone's okay. I'm all good. RJ's all good. Saul always linked with United every summer. Same with Isco. Used to be always linked with Manchester City. Conte and Levy, marriage made in hell. Indeed, that is true. Velvishwan, Newhouse will be on the move this summer, 100%. Will he be going to Liverpool? We'll find out. I'm just going to put the link in the tweet on the video, although all of you guys can see at the moment. So there we go. Basically, if you're watching on Twitter, follow the link that is beneath the video, and come check us out on YouTube. Liam, Saul has been awful for Atletico this season. I hear that, but let's talk about the stories we're going to be doing. So, as always, I've got them ready here. United interested in Kieran Trippier. We'll be discussing that one today. Roman Abramovich personally wants Romelu Lukaku at Chelsea. I mean, another big move there. Another big move. Liverpool are weighing up a Saul move from obviously Atletico. Onana is a bargain possible for the Gunners. We'll get into that story because there's a lot to that story that is interesting. And Arsenal are favourites for Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling. Oh, wow. Again, there's a bit to that story, so we'll discuss that one in a second. A couple more comments, and then me and RJ will get straight into it. Juventus sporting director is in talk to Tottenham over a director of football role at the club. Right. Wow, that's Tottenham making some mad moves here. Good appointment for Tottenham, but not Levy. Levy already appointed Mourinho, which was marriage made in hell to start off with, and ended that way. Conte will only go same way. Conte is a great manager, 100%. Not saying it badly, but it's fake news. Oh, what was that one about? Ramos to City. Fake news there. Liam saying Banterassi won't get started. He doesn't want to go to a club that finishes mid-table. Well, he is a mid-table player, but we'll get into that one. That's last on the run. So let's talk United Trippier. Manchester United have resurrected their interest in Atletico Madrid right back Kieran Trippier. United parked plans to move for Trippier in January transfer window after he was suspended for breaching betting regulations, but are now considering a formal bid. Trippier, 30, is out of contract at Atletico Madrid next year and is understood to have made arrangements to permanently return to England. Now, I suppose the big question is, does anyone know if any of Trippier's mates have put a bet on him to United? Because that would give us a very firm answer. Any ideas? Any ideas? Unbelievable. But RJ, you're a United fan, obviously.
Yeah.
Kieran Trippier, this screams Alex Telles for me.
It does.
It screams a 15, 20 million pound player. Come in, push on Wan-Bissaka. Look, there's clearly 4 targets that Ollie wants. If United are sensible, these options will be right wing, DM, centre back. That does leave one more position. Now, a lot of people have said striker. You don't need a striker. Do you think that getting Kieran Trippier as one of the 4 to come in is going to benefit you guys in the long run?
I mean, talking about the Alex Telles thing, I kind of compared it to, I do think so. I do think if we're going to compare like an Alex Telles sign where he pushes Wan-Bissaka to try and improve his forward game and try to essentially make him into a better player. Obviously, we haven't seen Wan-Bissaka with a proper right winger yet, and usually that will help a right back significantly. Obviously, Trent exactly. I've made cases where Trent was playing horrible because Mohamed Salah wasn't playing there or something like that. It does happen for the right back. I've even played as well as right back. The right winger is crucial for a right back. So I think if we do bring in a right winger, which is crucial for our club, I do think it'll be very important. I do think competition as well does push us. The current competition for Wan-Bissaka is, Brandon Williams, which, no offense to the lad, he's not better than or nowhere near Wan-Bissaka's level.
He needs a loan. He needs a loan.
I think the loan, 100%.
The thing is, there is a good player in there.
There is.
I've said this multiple times. His fight, his determination, his composure.
Yeah.
There is a good player in there. It just needs game time to be unleashed. And I do think that a loan move for Brandon would be quite good. He is a player that I admire, mainly because that is a type of right back I would love at Argyle. Someone who's willing to put in a crunching tackle, potentially throw a player into the stands, as we saw with Hudson-Odoi. Just someone who will completely shithouse his way through a game. I love that. I love the shithousery in a player. But he does need a loan. But Trippier, he offers a lot more going forward than Wan-Bissaka. He's not as good defensively, but I think you'll you'll find it very difficult to find someone as good as Wan-Bissaka defensively. Trippier, yes or no to Trippier, or would you prefer getting a younger player, for example, a sort of Max Aarons type of player?
I mean, looking at Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think if we're really going to turn him into the best player that we need him to improve his game. I think bringing someone who's older, who has about a few years left in his career, I think that's someone that we definitely need. To bring in someone like Aaron, to bring in Aarons, I think that'd be a waste of potential from Aarons itself, because then we have to make a decision, kind of like De Gea versus Henderson, which will just make it very awkward for the two players. So yeah, maybe a Trippier might be not too bad, but I don't want this to be the number one priority sign, because if this is it, then it takes away one of three spots then we could have for the right winger, the CDM, or centre back, which we desperately need, especially. You know, like I said, you look at Edison Cavani, we could have brought in, you know, someone else who was younger, slightly more talented, but that wouldn't help Greenwood completely. We need Greenwood to be up top probably after next season. And yeah, to bring in Edison Cavani, to keep him for another year, I think that was probably the best business we've done in the last little while, I'd say, in my opinion. But no, in general, like I said, Kieran Trippier, I prefer him over Max Aarons, just because we don't need a new right back to replace him, you know, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We do need one to kind of create some competition to boost Aaron Wan-Bissaka to the next level.
I hear that. I do hear that. If you're watching on Twitter, by the way, we do have Footy Live, who is a journalist. If you want to ask him questions, come join us on YouTube and get him, ask him some questions. Very, very, very good journalist from what I can see. I mean, he's been spot on with a lot of what he said, to be honest. So if you want to do that, you know where we are on YouTube. As I see basically everyone trying to ask the questions. It's brilliant. Mainly Liverpool fans. What I want: Sancho, Neves, Rice, Koundé. What I will get: Tom Heaton, Trippier, Dembele, and Phil Jones lifetime contract. You'll definitely be getting Sancho. I definitely. Wolf is flexing the mod status there. Valval's the roughest in my school 4 years ago. Love to see it. We do love to see it. Roman Abramovich. Let's talk Chelsea.
Yeah.
Roman Abramovich is personally driving the push to bring Romelu Lukaku back to Chelsea. The Blues owner is ready to back Thomas Tuchel this summer, with improvements being in defence, midfield, and attack. And Roman is getting involved personally over a potential return of Lukaku. It is understood he is convinced the Inter Milan forward is the ideal player to improve the chances of kicking on to a Premier League title challenge next season. Someone like Romelu Lukaku, who and people say he was a flop at United. He was far from a flop at United. That man got 42 goals in 2 seasons. That is the average of 21 per season. The last time I checked, that was in the running for a Golden Boot. So he definitely wasn't a flop. But do you see Lukaku to Chelsea? Because look, Werner is not a number 9 striker on his own. Jesus, we've seen that this year. He is much more impactful and better as a sort of left side, inside forward. Especially considering at Leipzig he played with the two, him and Poulsen, and Poulsen was the sort of the number 9 per se, and he was the one that would do all the other things, the breakaway runs, the assist, the link up play. So Werner on the left, with Havertz and Mount and all of that, very much a group of them that can be rotated, especially if Tuchel keeps his formation. But Lukaku, do you see him as the perfect match for Chelsea in terms of that number 9? Because there was talks of Haaland, there was talks of Kane. I mean, Kane for me is going to cost them a lot of money, especially Daniel Levy being a Daniel Levy. Haaland is going to cost well in 150 mil because it's Haaland, and he's not ready, I don't think. So do you see Lukaku as the next in line and the perfect replacement, or shall I say addition to Chelsea squad?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I do think what Chelsea are lacking is a proper number 9. I mean, you look at number 9s that they've tried to buy in the last few years. You look at Higuain, Morata, Werner. I'd argue even Torres maybe. I mean, they're not personally. They were not as good because they did not fit the Chelsea system, in my opinion. You know, you look at Lukaku. He's a big build. He can hold the ball up. You know, there's even clips of him with Jamie Carragher where he's just showing him how he would do things. Where he tap the ball, go across on the left. As for Timo Werner, like you said, you're absolutely bang on correct. Where he's not a number 9, lads. Look, sure, he can score lots of goals in the Bundesliga, but that's because he was not playing the number 9 role. You're right with Poulsen. Yeah. Poulsen is a traditional number 9. I mean, the fact that Roman Abramovich is now wanting Lukaku at this club just shows you that he actually cares about Chelsea more than you know who. And the fact that, you know, Conte now is gone, so there could be a good chance that this deal could go through.
I hear that. Mr. Wall saying breaking news: Manchester United and Jadon Sancho have decided today is Wednesday and tomorrow is Thursday. The interesting thing on that, personal terms are agreed, right? Mm-hmm. You have personal terms with Sancho done. Dortmund have set the asking price, I think, at 85 million, one of the two. And United just got to pay it. But United ain't bringing in Sancho. I mean, they will get Sancho, but I said they would be before the Euros. I don't think it will be now. There's one big reason for that. But, well, actually, it could happen because it could happen before the Euros. And the reason I say that is because the photo op can't happen until after the Euros anyway. And by that time, you will have changed your sponsor. The issue is, Manchester United are in their last year sponsorship under Chevrolet. Now, they're moving to Team Viewer next year. Season, that is. Yeah, they're not going to want Jadon Sancho holding up a Manchester United shirt sponsored by Chevrolet, because that's not the shirt they need to sell. They are going to want Jadon Sancho holding up the Manchester United shirt with Team Viewer on. That means United, from a financial point, and people need to make sure that they're not twisting this. Any club would do this, right? Yeah. Any club. Now, whether that money then got pumped into the club, that's a completely different question and not something I'm willing to talk about. But any club would do exactly the same. It's financially a better move. They can get more money out of this. It means that the fee itself goes down in terms of how much you're recouping out of this. So that's what I think the United stance is. Sancho price is 90 million euros. I think that's 85, not 80 million. One of the two. I was never very good at. I was never very good at exchange rates. But that's just brief. So. There is that as well, and that's briefly talking Sancho. Obviously, Sancho is not actually being spoken about today, which is quite nice actually. Although we might be talking about him a little later on. England versus Austria watch along here at 7:30. Going to be a good one. I'm excited for it. Liverpool weighing up Saul move. Liverpool are being linked with the move to Atletico midfielder Saul Niguez. I think that's how you say his name. Yeah, this summer, according to the Empire of the Cop. The Reds are weighing up whether to make a move for the Spain international. The report goes on to say that the midfielder is available for 40 million and currently approaching the final year of his contract. Saul, obviously he's been linked with United for about the last 7 years. Yeah, Liverpool might go for him. It's that experienced help, isn't it? Oh, and there we go. Footy Live. I like Footy Live a lot. It's very helpful. To help guys, 90 million euros is about 85 million. 85 million sorted. I don't want Saul. I want someone younger. Sancho will be done next week. I hear that, Mustafa. I really do. And to points I alluded to, the photo op can't happen till England win the Euros anyway. So obviously they need to wait a little while for that. Obviously, Harry Kane's going to be lifting up the European trophy this summer. I'm very excited. But RJ, Saul for Liverpool, good move, bad move? Where do you sit on this?
I mean, what Velbashan says, saying he's younger. He's 26 years old. He turns 27 at the end of the year. So I think he's got a good few years on him for now. And I do think playing at the highest levels, he was part of that Atletico side that won La Liga, twice. He's got a lot of experience in the Champions League, where he got to the final with Atleti against Real Madrid. Everyone knows that final where Ramos destroyed the Atletico dreams, but it is what it is. But yeah, no, in general, I do think it's a good move for Liverpool. He brings the experience, the different type of play. Obviously, Thiago Alcantara obviously played for Bayern Munich, played, I won't say similar type of football, but he was a different player that brought a new technique to Liverpool that they kind of needed, because the same repetitive stuff was getting found out all the time by different clubs. So now if he gets the control that he deserves and that he wants, you can see big things come from Liverpool next season, to be fair. Yeah. So yeah, maybe Saul, I mean, people are saying, he wasn't as good this season. He was a big part of why Atletico actually did well this season, as well as Luis Suarez, as well as Trippier to a certain degree. But no, in general, like I said, it's and as well as what Chris said in the chat, it's a good replacement for Gini Wijnaldum, especially because Gini's going to Barca, so it's one way to see that, I guess.
100%. Chris saying I want Awar over Saul. Who is United targeting for centre back? Varane, Torres, Botman, fucking any centre back that actually has got 2 feet. United are targeting any centre back with 2 legs, 2 arms, and 2 eyes. That's all I can tell you. I don't even think United know who their main target is at the moment. Saul would be a like-for-like replacement for Wijnaldum. I hear that. Wolf, the main target is Rafael Varane. For Live, I've got to go now for a call, guys. Enjoy. However, have a great time. Enjoy the rest of the stream. I'll be back later on, and tomorrow see you guys. Big thank you for watching, and we will be. I'll be contacting obviously for Live next week to sort out a closed transfer show. It'll be something different. It'll be a different time. Maybe a 2 o'clock stream. Something like that, but content will be made. Obviously, Footy Live is on vacation at the moment, so I'll be letting him enjoy vacation. Then I'll be sending him a lovely message there. But massively appreciated. We do enjoy 100%. Your help. I won't mind Saul. To be fair, I'd rather have Plymouth Argyle midfield than Saul. Trust me, you wouldn't. Just remembered that Saul played and scored against us in the Champions League last year. Good Genie replacement, as RJ said. Varane, I want someone younger like Botman or Koundé.
You're not looking at it's not about age, lads. Come on, we brought
but to be fair, and RJ, I don't know if you watched my data scouting stream. I went in depth on why Sven Botman suits you perfectly. I did explain it. He's left-footed. It moves Harry Maguire onto the right. Botman is quick. He's good in aerial duels. He's good at long passes. He's very good at tackles. He's very good at all of his duels, whether that's on the ground or in the air. A very good player there.
I understand, yeah, but the way I see it is, right, so there is a good source saying that we could get Varane for 40 million, right? Then we can get Sven Botman for about 20. So that's 60 million on 2 centre-backs. Get rid of, say, Phil Jones, if we somehow can...
Yeah, but what I wouldn't get 2. I'll just get the 1. And there's a reason for that. Sven Botman has got a higher ceiling than Matthias de Ligt. And Matthias is a great centre-back. So I'll just go Botman and play Botman and alongside Maguire. Maguire's got over 400 appearances, hence why I said Botman would go very well. But look, we'll discuss that in a bit. Take care, Footy Live. 40 million for Varane is a steal. It is a steal. And trust me, I'm not saying that getting Varane is a bad move. I'm just saying if you think about it in a more different way and try and think a bit off the cuff in a way, that's why I'd be going for Botman. But look, if you get Varane, what a player you've got there.
Yeah.
RJ, I don't mind 26-year-old midfield, but Saul ain't it for us. I'd go 25 and below. Varane price tag 40 million, bloody hell. I'll be all over it personally, but other teams be after him. PSG might say, okay, well, Madrid, you want Mbappe? Offer us money for Mbappe. We pay 40 million for Varane. PSG desperately need a centre-back. This is true. PSG are looking for a centre-back. But let's talk Arsenal. Onana bargain possible. Arsenal reportedly interested in signing Ajax's Andre Onana this summer. and could land a bargain in doing so. The Gunners are waiting for it to be decided whether his ban for failing the drugs test will be upheld. If his ban is upheld, Arsenal will reportedly pay 1.7 million for the goalkeeper, who will be banned until February 2022. So, there's many things about this. Obviously, he's currently in court, well, arbitration, the Court of Arbitration for Sport today, working on trying to get his ban removed or shortened.
Yeah.
Do you think that if Arsenal get Onana, that's a good move? If so, what do you? There's two parts of this. Let's talk option one. His ban does get shortened, it does get removed. How good would Onana be for Arsenal, and how much would it be? How good would it be for them, and where would Leno go? Because there's a lot of talks that Leno is going to be off. He's going.
I mean, look, Arsenal made a very bad decision. I mean, selling Martinez instead of Leno last season. I mean, bringing in Onana, obviously, that is a huge improvement. I mean, Onana is talented. I mean, look, it took Pieface to kind of say out what really happened, to be fair. So, I mean, look, it's going to be very interesting. Usually when, athletes go off steroids, it's kind of something bad happens. I mean, usually if you see like UFC fighters or anything like that, usually when they get off steroids, they kind of show what they're truly like. So it'd be very interesting how it goes. But I do think big improvement for Arsenal, I guess. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I hear that. I do hear that. RJ, it's not about the age, agreed, but we need someone who will be there long term. That's why Varane will only be here 2-3 years. We signed Botman and Koundé. They potentially be here for 8 to 10 years.
But you do think we do have Tuanzebe still in our squad, lads, right?
Yeah.
Alex Tuanzebe, like I said, you can learn off
There's many
Varane.
issues to this. There's many parts to this. It's very much a revolving sort of merry-go-round per se, and everyone's going to have a different. Everyone's going to have a different viewpoint. Some will want a bit more experience at the back. Some will want the younger, maybe more energetic sort of Botman per se. Look, there's many options, and United need to pick wisely. But they need to pick quickly because centre backs they're the thing. They're the thing that most teams right now need. Obviously, Konate gone to Liverpool, Upamecano gone to Bayern. These Ramos will be available, but would Ramos be a bad shout? I have no idea. Sorry for not commenting much. Been playing F1 2020 on my PS4. Not a problem. Onana is Vega's shot stopper, but apart from that, he's awful. Arsenal targeting prison inmates now. Seriously, banter club. Onana, fantastic keeper. Koundé or Varane will be fine. Koundé or Botman will be fine. Just anyone better than Lindelof, really. The last one that I want to talk about before, obviously, a link will go in the chat and you guys can come on and have your say. Arsenal are believed to be favourites to sign Manchester City's Raheem Sterling, with the winger said to be unhappy at the Etihad. City are reportedly ready to offer Sterling to Spurs for Kane, but could be on his way to Arsenal instead. City want to offload players this summer. Do you see Raheem Sterling to Arsenal, firstly, happening? Secondly, I mean, I've never rated Sterling. Could he improve Arsenal?
Is that really a question now?
Yeah.
Is that really? Come on. Look, I've never rated Sterling either, but the fact is, look, he's getting... Like, Phil Foden is starting ahead of him, right? And he's supposed to be better. He should be, because he's been at this club longer. He's had more experience. Look, if he leaves, he leaves. That's how it is. I mean, would he improve Arsenal? I mean, no one really will improve Arsenal. Let's be real. Their whole team is a joke at this rate.
Well, the reason I said would he improve Arsenal is because they're a mid-table team. He's a mid-table player. It could work.
I mean, look, they have Saka, Pepe, Lacazette up top. I mean,
Saka is overrated.
I know he's overrated. But is he better than Sterling? I would consider yes. Because Sterling, for me, what does he bring? I mean, the fact that he's in the Euro squad kind of shows your lack of options on the left-hand side. I just can't see him I can't see him at the world class
No,
stage anymore.
it just shows Gareth Southgate is a complete and utter wanker.
I mean, yeah,
It doesn't-
4 right backs.
It doesn't show that we've got issues. It shows that our manager is just a complete and utter wanker. To put it bluntly.
I mean, when you play when you bring 4 right backs to the Euros, you're clearly going to be playing 5 at the back. Like we can all tell now, it's going to be 5 at the back, lads. Don't even bother thinking it's going to be 3 or like 4 at the back.
Oh yeah. None of us, no one is under any illusions that it's going to be 5 at the back. I mean, that's clear.
Not the Christmas stick. Come on, man. These last 2
say no.
I'll
go get them in a second. Oh yeah, you do that. I'm just posting the link in the chat.
So he goes, are you drunk, Valve? Starting is on a different level. He just deactivated. Yeah, sure. Like Martial as well. Like, come on, man. Depressed again. Like I said, they need Ben White, Zaha, Traore, and Grealish. I disagree. Every single one of them. Right? They don't need. Look, Ben White would be a good shining for them, but I don't think they'll fix their team. They need someone who would actually work well with Gabriel. Right now.
Need some experience at the back line, don't they?
That's exactly what I'm saying. So, I mean,
they need a right back as well.
Yeah, Aaron's definitely needs to be part of that. To be fair, Zaha, there's no way Arteta's going to deal with Zaha. He's a moody, overhyped.
Also, how does Zaha improve Arsenal? I can see why Adama, Traore, and
Adama, I can see why.
Arsenal.
Yeah. But, I mean, you could play what they could do. Like they could play Adama, probably say right wing or right wing back, have him running up that line, try and cross into Laka. There you go. There could be some opportunity there. And Grealish is not going to downgrade, man. Villa are up on the horizon now. They're gonna improve summer after summer. So that's how it is.
I hear that. I do hear that. Chris saying shouldn't be 3 at the back, but will unfortunately. Patson Daka could be off to the bowl, off to West Ham. We could see that. The link is in the chat if any of you do want to come.
I don't know why they would go for that. To be fair, why would you go for Daka? Sure.
Fuck knows. I mean, they need that sort of replacement per se for
Abramovich. Oh, well, Antonio's going to play right winger, isn't he?
He's more. He seems to be a fucking fantastic number 9.
Was it? No, I swear he was playing on the right, and then they tried playing. What was his name? Oh man, look, yeah, Lansy, you can correct us if you want.
Bowen.
That's it. No, Bowen was was he? No, I swear Bowen was on the left. The striker was. Oh man, I can't even remember his name. They had Ivanovic, then they're like, "Nah, you're going to China, mate," because he didn't want to play. And then they never really had a striker actually.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Antonio's been doing the number 9, a bit of Bowen and all of that, really. Wayne Lee saying Saul doesn't seem a Liverpool kind of player.
Neither did Thiago, but look what. But Thiago
I think Saul is much more of a Liverpool player than fucking Thiago.
True.
I mean, Thiago Alcantara, like what? But if you are new to the channel, please do drop us a subscribe. Like the video as well. Make sure you do all of that. We're only 19 away from 300. Let's get us there, because this summer, trust me, RJ knows a lot of what we're doing. There's going to be a lot of things going on, a lot of watch-alongs, but also a fair few new shows being introduced this summer for the Euros. You do not want to miss that. I can guarantee that, right? I can guarantee you don't want to miss a thing. So make sure you've smashed the subscribe button, but also make sure notifications are on so you know when we're going live, because that's the most important thing. Wolf saying, holy shit, Conte to Spurs is seriously happening. The deal is close. If that goes, if that does happen, we'll obviously go live with the news
100%,
straight away. We had Haller.
Sebastian Haller, I mean, he had a really good goal against Crystal Palace, that overhead kick. That was like his only highlight of the club, then that's it. But I mean, other than that, you're right, Lansy, completely. I forgot about Haller. He did move to Ajax.
Is much better than Thiago. Subscribe or your team will lose the first game of the season.
Apparently
Niall, we won't buy Saul. Atletico will try and scam for 70 million. Well, it's reported here that you'll get it'll be a 40 million £40 million bid apparently. He's also coming into his last year of the contract. But do make sure that you're hitting the subscribe button. Do make sure, if you want to come on, press the link. Come chat to me and RJ. You lot are normally very keen to come on. You're all very quiet today. You're all in the chat though, which we do love to see. But I suppose it's going to be. How do you see this summer going for a lot of these big teams? Because last year they were very reserved, weren't they? Last year
100%.
very reserved. This year they can't really do that because keeping the same squad for about a 2-year cycle is unheard of in today's game. So, how do you see this going?
I mean, I think Chelsea will definitely be big money spenders in the summer. I mean, winning the Champions League, Tuchel's now being backed by Roman, which, to be fair, as a fan, you would love to hear that. You know what I mean? But sadly, we never get to do that. But anyway, no, like I said, Lukaku probably will go to Chelsea, in my opinion. Maybe Hakimi, maybe another centre back because they do need it. Because if Tomori's going into AC Milan for about 28 million because of his contract. And look, Chelsea definitely will spend. I think Man City if they're going to offload players, I think they're going to be serious with this. I do think Raheem Sterling will leave. He's bringing nothing to the club, so he might be on the way out.
They even want to try and get rid of Jesus. So,
and then they need 2 strikers then because they don't have any other strikers then, or they could. Well, no, they could play like I don't know, De Bruyne as a false 9 maybe, or keep another striker. I don't know. It's going crazy for what's going to happen. To be fair, I mean United. I mean we just need the 4 signings, get them over, and then we're good. I think. I was actually looking at a thing. I was saying some people are giving Ollie one more chance this season to get something, and I think I'll think about it. But this could be his last chance to win something, and if he doesn't, we might have to bring in someone to keep on the progress. Sadly.
They are seriously talking that up on at the moment. This is football. Big up to Hassan. Yes, but Atletico, Leicester clubs like this get so much money.
True.
I can come on maybe on a night show, but at the moment I'm at work. For fuck's sake, life do be like this. Sometimes you mentioned night shows. We are thinking of doing 2 transfer shows a day because there's so much going around, and it's impossible to get it all done in one stream. So we are thinking we might do a sort of a 10 p.m. daily roundup of the transfers. So we may be doing that. I'm actually having a little think about doing that. I might trial it tomorrow, because I haven't really got anything tomorrow night. So I might trial a sort of 10 p.m. weekly daily transfer show as well. So you have the 3 p.m. one and the 10 p.m. one. I know that the Terrace sort of do 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. or no, 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. I'm not a morning person, so I shan't be doing a 10 a.m. stream ever. RJ was the morning person, but our subscribers are not morning people either. We've identified this. So we will most likely be doing a 10 p.m. one potentially. Sort of, we'll trial that tomorrow. Actually, we'll trial that tomorrow. It just goes a bit more in depth, and we can talk more things, talk more about other clubs. Matt's saying I don't know how to spell his name. But a striker for Leicester City have a buyback clause on him. Reckon they'll take advantage of it. Oh, what?
Iheanacho, yeah, they do actually. To be fair,
do you think that'd be a good shout?
I don't know. I don't think they.
I think he had a purple patch. To be brutally honest with you,
I think of course. I mean, loads of players did this season, but I mean, look, I think he's better to stay at Leicester than to go back to Man City. But I don't think City really rate him. That's why they kind of sold him with a contract, just in case if anything really did bad, they can just say, all right, we want him back now. So you never know.
I do hear that. This is football. I genuinely believe Ole Arteta, even if Glazers and Kroenkes do sell, that they are not going to be successful. Manager will win you up to 15 points a season. Ole and Arteta are tactically incapable. I disagree with that. I think the fact that Ole's managed to get second in the league with fucking McFred and Lindelof is a remarkable achievement. And to be fair, you can only really say that Ole is tactically incapable if he's been backed, if he's been given the right signings. Because last time we wanted Sancho. If he's given the right signings and then doesn't do it, then you can say that. But right now he's got McFred. yeah, you can ask the question on why Donny hasn't been used and all of this stuff, but it's one of them that you can't really complain an awful lot, and you can't really say about tactically incapable. Similar with Arteta, but there is a big difference. Ollie is second and Arteta is fucking 8th or 9th, wherever the hell he finished. I deep down want Conte at Manchester United manager. You do not want Conte.
Hey, we won't do well with Conte.
Doesn't fit the United. If you're gonna get anyone, you might as well just go get Zidane. But then, is he gonna bring through the young players that fits United way? This is the difficulty United have got. You need a player who can work with a manager who can work with the youth, but also a manager that can get you results. And it's a very difficult situation. Matt, as long as we are stable top 4 next season, I'll be happy for Ollie to stay. I personally believe in the project. I understand people who disagree though. Now the league table doesn't lie. I agree. If Liverpool and Chelsea didn't massively drop off due to injuries, and Lampard do you actually think they would have finished second?
No.
That's all ifs and buts though, Hassan. Right? If my mum, if my auntie had a dick, she'd be my uncle. Like, so these are all very much ifs and buts. So the thing is, you can say that, but you never know. I mean, Liverpool started off the season fairly poorly under Jurgen. So could you say that without these injuries or without Lampard, I firmly believe Chelsea would be up there, but you never know. That's the amazing thing. And also, if they were fighting United, would that have drove United to have got that result against Sheffield United, got that result against Palace? That little bit of pressure does impact the team. I think that Ollie and United thought they could get City? But I don't believe they did. Do I believe that we're a bit more competition up there that would have projected United to get other results? You'd think so. Yeah. So, yeah, you can make that argument, but you can make a different argument on the other side. Wolf saying Ollie did the best he could. He has shit owners, a bank manager handling transfers, and McFredden still managed to achieve that. Injuries and Lampard, that. Conte stylistically does not fit United at all. He would win them the league, but the fans would keep on moaning. They would.
100%.
For fuck's sake, Niall. But remember, we were on top January start if FSG back clock and didn't buy a fucking press and centre back. We could have done way better. Again, I agree, but there's nothing to say that there's absolutely nothing to say that Liverpool still wouldn't have had a bump in the road. So I hear you. But look, that's all historical bullshit now. That season's finished. We're on to a different one now. Big up to Gabrielle. Hey, how you doing? We're all good here. Ollie should consider his second place Premier League finish, runner-up Europa League as big achievements, in my opinion. Mustafa, Ollie needs to go. It's an interesting look. I think Ollie's definitely staying. And look, we've had this debate on this channel many a times, and almost every YouTuber has had this has had this debate on Ollie. Is he good enough? Ollie in, Ollie out? Fucking people put YouTube channels putting Ollie out in their title every time he loses. Look, every channel has had this debate. Ollie's getting a new 3-year contract. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Is Ollie gonna be this whole fails in the 3rd year? We don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, and if you are, tell me the lottery numbers. This is football. Hassan saying Niall is not here for ifs and buts. Chats, man. I am definitely not. Now, because you can say, well, if Liverpool didn't have injuries, but then I could say, well, if you were higher up the league, would that have got United to have performed better against Sheffield United and Crystal Palace? Like, you see what I mean? Like, ifs and buts. If our goal didn't lose 6 games in a row, we could have been in the top 10. Like, that's the whole thing. That's all. It's all historical bullshit now. We move on. A different season approaching. We got the Euros. If England have Harry Kane as captain, we win the Euros. See, I did an F there. But Max, you're a Liverpool fan. Talk to me about Saul. What do you make of that move? I mean, it's the perfect Genie replacement, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I'd definitely say that he's a talented player in some aspects in midfield. He obviously played against us, and Atletico knocked us out of the Champions League last season or 2 seasons ago. He made 22 starts in the Liga for Atletico, helping them beat Real Madrid and Barcelona to the title at some point. He's obviously available for 40 million, which is a good price for us. We really need all the help we can get at the moment with all the midfielders that we have. Obviously, Genie's left, good replacement. Keita obviously hasn't played too much. Thiago hasn't done the best, but he has shown in the last 5 games-ish.
Right.
So, in my opinion, it'd probably be a suitable move for him. It just depends how we go about it.
I'm so excited to rip this comment. Niall, here's my only point. Conte is already gone. Yes. And Conte is a good manager, but done for United. Pochettino is no better than Oli. Right? Pochettino is an Argentinian Oli. Right? Oh, look at me. I played... One minute. Look at me. I played this football and I've won nothing. He bottled the league at PSG, for fuck's sake. How do you bottle the league in France? With Neymar and Mbappe. So Pochettino is no better than Oli. Zidane, Zidane is good. But then again, the question, does he fit United's identity of playing through the youth and pushing through academy graduates? Look at Odegaard. Man hates Odegaard. So there's ifs and buts on all of these. Would Zidane improve United? Yeah, probably. Would he fit the United way? Probably not. Because someone like Zidane probably doesn't believe in the youth because he's a bit of a cunt. Pochettino is not good enough. He's not a good manager. Yeah. And I won't hear that he is. Look at 1-0 in his career, apart from a French Cup, which, for to be brutally honest, with fucking PSG, the minimum I expect is a bloody FA Cup. It's mad.
But no, but there was a funny stat that, like, I think it was nearly 50% of our players came from our youth academy. That just shows you that we need managers who are believing in our youth. We have talented youth players like Hannibal, Hugo, Garner, who will be coming back, Twanzebe, Charlie McNeil. I can't wait till he comes into the Prem, lads. Honestly, you guys won't be ready for him. No, there's loads more. Even Ahmed as well. I consider him as a youth player, even though he didn't come through the ranks. Rashi came through the ranks. Greenwood, they have loads of players who came through the ranks, lads, and who are very talented. And I can't wait for them to show you guys this is who we truly are now. So,
yeah, and look, you make a lot of good comments on that. As I said, Poch is not good enough. Wrong, Niall. If England weren't managed by Gareth Arteta, they would win the Euros. You're right, they need to hire me. That is what we need. Poch isn't available. Is Poch a long-term solution, though?
Ollie is.
Is Ollie a long-term solution? I think yes.
Yeah, I agree.
He needs backing, though. So, yes, Ollie can be the long-term solution, but Ollie needs that backing. If what everyone is saying about Ollie being a bit tactically, mixed, go get him the best players to play with them.
No, the funny thing is, you're saying he's tactically inept, but he bet Pep Guardiola, he bet Jurgen Klopp, he bet Ancelotti, he bet, he bet Jose. Look, he's bet probably the best 4 managers in the league. Niall obviously doesn't like Jose, but you know what I mean. The fact that he can do that with the players he has, he's literally played McFred the entire season, right? Because look, I love Donny to play, but he will not fit in that squad because if you play him with Fred, the chemistry between the two will not work. Played with McTominay, the chemistry will not work together. So, like I said, he's tactically used McFred for now because they're the only two that actually work together in CDM. If Matic was like about 5-10 years younger, we'd use him, we'd use Donny, the two of them would play well together, and we'd actually get where we are. But the thing is, we can't because Matic is 34 years old. He can't play every single week because if he do, he would get injured. So, like I said, we have all these problems, but once we get the backing that Ollie deserves, we will definitely jump up, lads. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that for now.
Zidane is not a Premier League manager, in my opinion. I'd see him as a Serie A manager or a League One manager.
I mean,
interesting. Tottenham pre-Pochettino, we're literally Southampton in the league. And then Zidane plays attacking football and has won 3 Champions League in a row.
Oh, no,
doesn't
hold
get
on.
you silverware, it gets you documentary.
Hold on.
So Alex Ferguson would like you to come outside your house so he can laugh in your face.
Hassan,
it's just the class of '92 that proves it completely.
There's one tiny little factor that Zidane had winning those 3 Champions Leagues. You know, it was a tiny factor. His name was Cristiano Ronaldo. I think you might remember him. 6 Ballon d'Ors. Sorry, 6. No, 5 Ballon d'Ors, apologies. And the man literally carried, I think even Gareth Bale carried him in that final against Liverpool. Do take into consideration, Zidane is a flop because the fact is, without his glory boys...
No, you can't call Zidane a flop. I think, for me, Zidane is a good manager, but there are limits to his game. There are limits. But he is a good manager. He got to a Champions League final. Fuck me if that's the standard of football nowadays. Then fuck me. I mean, he bowled a Premier League title with Spurs as well.
He did, yeah, twice. So
I mean, Ollie got second in the league, same as Poch. Actually, no, Poch got third that season, didn't he? Because he even bottled second place to Arsenal.
True.
And I mean, the minute you let Arsenal get second, that's utterly disgraceful.
Yeah.
Couldn't beat a shitty Villarreal team. Well, yeah.
No, sorry, big
up to James and Dylan talks football. Big up to yourself as well. But what manager gets 5 years to win something now? A team that genuinely believes in their process or doesn't give a fuck about winning. One of the two. The owners at United either don't give a fuck about winning or just happy at top 4. Ollie's got top 4 2 years in a row. And also, might I also say, that's not been achieved since Fergie. And they've had Van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, 2 really, really top-end managers. Neither of them could get top 4 2 years in a row. So, I mean, if we want to talk, I'll talk. But he won La Liga without Ronaldo while Barcelona still had Messi.
Wasn't that Messi's depression series? This is where Messi really wanted to win the club. So you can't really say that's fair, mate. Come on. And you said 3 UCLs, right? 3 UCLs. Wasn't done without Ronaldo, boy. Simple.
I do hear that. Zidane was lucky with Real Madrid. He had Ronaldo and Bale.
Mm-hmm.
La Liga is a farmers' league. Pochettino is a bridesmaid manager. I agree about Zidane. Put him in charge at Burnley and see what happens.
That's a disgrace to Sean Dyche.
No. Right. This whole thing. It's not about right. Zidane is a top manager, right? Zidane is by far a top class manager. He doesn't need to go prove it at Burnley. He's won 3 Champions Leagues, right? So he doesn't need to prove it at Burnley. Are there limitations to his game? Yes, without a doubt, there's limitations to his game. Are there limitations to Pochettino's game? Yes, there is. Is there is there limitations to Jurgen Klopp's game? Yes. When he doesn't have all of his fit 11 players, man is screwed. Then we talk about Pep. Is there limitations to his game? Without a fucking shadow of a doubt, every time he gets to a final, he overthinks it and does something dumb. So there's limitations to everyone's game. Is there limitations to Ollie's game tactically? Yes, there is. No one is saying that there isn't. Is Ollie doing a good enough job at United so far from where they've been? Yes. Am I saying that Ollie has done perfectly? No, I'm not, because he should have won the Europa League. He should have at least 1 or 2 trophies in his bank now. But again, you cannot really look at this Ollie and say that he's failed, because where's the backing? Where is the backing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? He simply just hasn't had it. Conte to Man U. Conte, that doesn't really work. for me. Look, managers aside, talking transfers, these shit owners will get PR to link all of these clubs with Sancho, Mbappe, etc. And they actually buy fucking Bats and Daka. If we buy Daka, I'm flipping. Back to transfers. We will slowly wrap up on the transfers. Before we do, though, please do leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It does really help us out. We're only 19 away from that 300 mark. So let's do this, guys. Let's do this completely. But yeah, managers aside, we can. If you guys want, I'll do a manager debate another time. But transfers. Let's wrap up. Manchester United, Trippier. Let's work our way through them. Trippier, yes or no, Max? Does this work for United?
I think it might work for United, depending on how he plays. Because he went from Tottenham to Atletico, hasn't been the standout in Spain. But with coming back to England, it might settle him in a bit more. But he will have a challenge with Wan-Bissaka if he's going to be playing in right back. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka is a good player as well, so he's going to be having little mini battles with him on the training ground as well. But Trippier, in a sense of defence and how he plays and how he played for Tottenham, I think it is a good move. It's a decent move for United. I just don't know how they'd go around playing him with Wan-Bissaka as well.
I do hear that. RJ, I know you've given your ideas on all of this, but just wrap up for me on Trippier.
Yeah, I'll give 5 points just quickly. It'll be a good signing. It'll help Aaron Wan-Bissaka try and develop his attacking game. Depth is crucial when it comes to this Premier League season when we come back. Brandon Williams could get loaned out if we do buy him. And fifth one, I'd say, yeah, just overall be a good person to sign.
I hear that. I do hear that. Pep last one Champions League. And Messi was in his team. Coincidence? I hear that. What's this obsession with Conte? Or do I have Graham Potter? I actually think Graham Potter needs to make us. Do you know what? And I've said this many a times. All you big clubs can keep your fucking hands off Graham Potter for sure. Right? I want Potter at England. He would do unspeakable things to the Spanish. Thiago Alcantara, mate, Graham Potter's about to put you in a spliff and smoke you like silly. If you don't like this video now, you rate Arteta and have zero ball knowledge. Yes, you do. I hear that.
True.
I think Trippier would be good if we want to compete. We need 2 top right backs. AWB can't play every single match. I hear that. Trippier shouldn't be our first signing. We've got Dalot coming back. Well, maybe this might signal that Dalot is going to be leaving. Chris saying, let's forget Conte won trophies. Potter hasn't. What's this obsession with Potter? Oh, well, done. He plays decent football, and that's all he's done to add to his CV. Tell his son and play good football. No, Chris. What he's done with Brighton. If we look a little bit deeper into Brighton, and don't forget, I've really had nothing to do with my life for the last year. And a bit. So I've been watching a lot of football and I've watched a lot of Brighton. And I'm not going to lie, what Graham Potter has done with Brighton, if you add him a clinical striker and good creators, man, fuck me. Portugal, Spain, France, Italy, Germany, they're all going to be running to set up counselling sessions for their teams. Because Graham Potter would absolutely destroy them. And no, I'm not a Graham Potter sexual. I'm a huge Graham Potter sexual. His football is beautiful. And with Harry Kane up front, he would do unspeakable things. Absolutely unspeakable. There's no need to be rude, Matthew. No need. Potter needs to do more to convince me. And that is fine. And that is fine. Look, we don't all have to share the same views. That's the brilliant thing about football. But, Matt, you don't need to be rude to people. You bad man. Why Ollie doesn't rate Dalot and VDB.
Donny.
Yeah. Well, I know who VDB is. Jesus, Sarge. Priority for us should be centre back right wing. I hear that. Chris saying true point. Niall, see, I speak facts. Niall spits facts. I was only joking. Yeah. Unbelievable.
That's what they all say.
Abramovich, Lukaku, yes or no? Does this improve Chelsea?
No brainer. Yes, 100%.
Max?
Yeah, I'd say so. Chelsea
Perfect.
actually wanted him, I remember. Like,
He did.
before Mitchell Batshuayi signed from, so.
Perfect. Talk to me about Saul quickly. Matt, we'll start with you. Saul to Liverpool. Would this be the perfect move for Liverpool? What's your thoughts?
Well, in my opinion, it would be a good move for him, because obviously he's not too old and he's not too young. He's in his mid range. He has won titles with Atletico, but I don't. And obviously it would be a good replacement for Wijnaldum, obviously. So available £40 million bargain to players we've signed for fucking loads. We're trying to weigh him up on whether to make a move for him. I think it would be good to make a move for him, but if we decide not to, I don't mind. But yeah, again, great genie replacement, and obviously replacement for Keita if he can't play, or Thiago, as they've not had too much experience on the pitch just yet. So
RJ,
yeah.
Saul.
I mean, let's be real, Liverpool fans. Your squad depth is fucking dog shit, lads. So you might as well bring in someone who actually will help that. Let's be real. Are you really going to rely on Oxlade-Chamberlain and Keita, two guys whose hamstrings are the same as a packet of cheese, lads? Let's be real. You're not going to do well if you don't sign Saul, lads. Come on, no
if
question.
We don't sign Saul, we're fucked. Like,
you're screwed in general. Like, seriously, one injury to, like, let's say Henderson gets injured again. Goodbye.
We're injury prone on defenders. We're injury prone in midfield. What's next? Salah and Mane get injured, and then we ship them off to fucking Spain.
I mean, if Mane gets injured, I don't think that's a problem for this season. Let's be real. But if Salah gets injured, good luck at your season, boy. Seriously.
But you make a
praying on for Roberto Firmino to score it. We out. God forbid, lads. I'd rather rely on Martial.
Onana, and then the last bit we'll sum them up together really. Onana and Sterling to Arsenal. RJ, do you see both of these happening? If so, what should we expect from Arsenal?
I mean, Sterling, yeah, probably. He's no longer a good player in my eyes. I don't think he ever was, but I mean, fitting a shit club with a shit player, fucking great. I mean, Onana, if he gets out of his drug testing system, whatever he's going through right now, I mean, that's if Pieface doesn't accuse him again and then he gets caught again. But no, in general, probably good move for Arsenal. I mean, probably their best business in a long time. But other than that, yeah, it is what it is.
Breaking news: Everton set to begin talks with Nuno Espirito Santo. So Nuno. When's the adult watch along give people what they want? RJ, are you willing to host on the Robotic Jaguar YouTube channel? For some reason, I actually think RJ is not going to be keen on that. Not in the slightest.
Sadly not, no. No, I mean, I heard that Steven Gerrard is rumoured as well to join Everton for some reason.
I think he's already turned them down.
Probably, yeah.
He learned Scottish to turn them down.
What the fuck?
Yeah. In Scottish, it's no with a fuck you and a middle finger. Got a lot of Scottish. I'll actually hopefully be collabing with some Scots in very soon for the Euros, which I'm sure will be very, very exciting. Don't forget match previews to all of the home nation games. Not doing previews for absolutely all of them. That would be mad. But we will be doing previews for all the big games in terms of the home nations, all of England. And we'll be doing, obviously, as we all know, the Euros weekly review show starting on Monday. Going to be taking a look at all of the teams that are in the competition. Slowly going to assemble a panel for that one. Talk through who we think has a good chance of winning the Euros, i.e., England obviously winning it quite easily. New videos as well. So if you're watching the watch along tonight, you'll see a brand new intro coming up because obviously now the squads are confirmed. I've got that sorted, and I've got a brand new intro for other ones that are not English. So I've just made a generic one to use for all of them, because fuck was I doing 32 different opening videos. That would have been mad. But we are going to wrap it up there. A big thanks to everyone who has been watching. Big thanks to everyone who's been in the comments. The comments have been absolutely mad today. I've loved every minute of that. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back at 7:30 with the England-Austria watch-along. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. Tomorrow, obviously, transfer talk back at 3 p.m. And we're going to be, me and RJ are going to be doing a watch-along for Andorra versus the Republic of Ireland.
Oh, boys.
It's the biggest game of the summer. Trust me when I say this. Biggest game of the summer. Stephen Kenny versus Andorra. I mean, we did in the last international break. We did a couple of Ireland watch-alongs, and they were absolutely brilliant. Loved every minute of it. We got some new faces in that day. It was brilliant to see. So me and RJ are going to be doing that one, and we might. Well, I might be. I don't know about RJ. I might see if there's other people as well interested. But we might be doing Holland versus, I think it's Spain or
Germany.
Or Germany. Holland versus Germany under 21s watch along there as well. So make sure you check us out for that. But before you go, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, check out our socials on Twitter at Let's Talk EPL, on Instagram at Let's Talk EPL _, and on TikTok at Let's Talk Premier League. And RJ, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me probably, tomorrow on the Ireland watch along. You can see me. You can see me praying that our strikers actually score. But you can also find me at Robotic Jaguar, pretty much on every social, to be fair. I'm also embracing the message of watch Euro 2016. It's way better than this one. So, yeah, thank you so much.
2016 twat.
Memories. Hashtag Robbie Brady scoring against Italy. That was a class of art, lads. All right.
Hashtag Roy Hodgson is a tosser.
Nah. Here, I'm not allowed that.
Max, where can they find you, bro?
You can find me on Instagram, MaxTigerHD Official, on Twitter at YouTube _MaxTigerHD, MaxTigerHD on YouTube. I've done 2 new videos in the past 2 days, one on the Hull City takeover news, and also the preview was out yesterday for the England game tonight. Hopefully I'll be on a watch along tonight. And then the review will be out tomorrow, because I can't be able to do one tonight. I'll be too knackered.
I'm doing. I'll be doing reviews and reactions for the Euros. Am I fuck doing them for friendlies? Am I fuck?
Come on.
I am not doing the match preview for an international.
Hut some effort, Niall. Hut some effort. Come on, now.
I frankly don't think they give a shit about international friendlies. But no, for the Euros, we'll be doing all of that. So make sure you check out this space. Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a bit, guys.